Guys, Jacob Rothenberg here, bringing to you another brand new video on Amazon Kindle self-publishing. Just want to give a quick heads up to you guys out there. My self-publishing blueprint has some brand new lessons up, particularly on audiobooks and how to produce them, maximize revenue. Audiobooks are by far the most underutilized method of making money with self-publishing. So if you are in the course, be sure to check that out. Otherwise, you can sign up for my self-publishing blueprint, your guide to making your first $1,000 online using Amazon with my link below. So check that out. What I really wanted to talk about today, an overall struggle. Just did a coaching call here, and you're welcome. You'll be on my video. Didn't know it though. Alrighty. So what I wanted to talk about tonight was how to find VAs because it seems like it's a big struggle for people to find virtual assistants for review swaps mostly. And people seem to have a struggle with just being able to find one when they're everywhere in actuality. So there are different ways of finding VAs. The most, I suppose, conventional way of finding one is going to Upwork.com. From there, this is a site where you can log in, do a job posting for looking for, let's say, an assistant online for Amazon without explicitly saying you're looking for a virtual assistant to do review swaps. And hopefully someone picks up on the lingo and eventually you can find a hire on doing review swaps. Now, I've tried this method and I didn't really have good results with finding a good VA, so I took a more creative route. It's pretty simple. Let's go back to Facebook. Gotta be a little bit outside the box sometimes with when you want to get some things done. So, the way I literally found my VA, I went to Emeka Osai's profile. I am Facebook friends with him. And as such, I simply look at his friends list, and it looks like they are VAs on his friends list. How do I recognize if they're VAs? Now, I'm Filipino, so I can get away with saying this without being racist, but usually the hot Filipino girls that he doesn't personally know, or he might know him, I don't know, the Filipino girls tend to be VAs. A lot of Filipinos in the community online are virtual assistants. That's how they get paid in U.S. dollars when they're supporting their families and whatnot in Manila. I believe the peso right now is at 50. It's like you can get 52 pesos per dollar. So the dollar is very strong over there when converted. So this is a VA. I friended her. Let's see who else is a VA that I can find very quickly. The VA, I'll tell you guys which VA I use. Why not? No harm in doing that. She doesn't appear here. Alright, I use Jean Ville. And I'll show you her profile so you can spell this out. Jean Ville. Now, the reason why I'm able to disclose her without fear of, I don't know, losing contact of utilizing her is because she will charge $3 per review, non-negotiable. So whereas a lot of people are looking for a VA that you can pay $1.50 or maybe $2 per review, I pay $3. Why do I pay $3? Well, I've been working with Jean for almost a year now, and she has a perfect track record of being able to do all the necessary swaps that I need without fail. So I'm willing to pay for someone who is consistent, who's reliable, and doesn't cause headaches for my business. I've used VAs prior who were cheaper and have let me down, and in fact, I've lost money because they failed to fulfill their swaps when I could have used someone who charges more but is accurate every time. I'm going to reply to that in a bit later. Anyhow, that's who I use. Now, if you'd like to try out other people, again, be creative. Let's look at her friends list. And if you are somewhat into self-publishing already, and you are friends with other self-publishers like I am, usually you can logically deduce who's a VA based on mutual friends. So this is a VA. I mean, all these names here are VA. So Laura Hill's a VA. She's a VA. Moon Rachel is a VA. Maria's a VA, and so on. So that's how I find my VAs. Of course, I do interview them very briefly by using private messages, and they are usually very responsive, as a lot of them will work with you directly in Facebook. Um, Heads up, unlike most publishers, since I've worked with her for a while, I do pay upfront for my reviews. That is completely contrary to what is taught in my self publishing blueprint, I know, and that is an easy way to get screwed over if you're working with someone who you haven't established trust yet. So, starting out, if you can, I completely endorse and recommend that you make an agreement where you pay after the service is done. And then maybe after a while you pay upfront. But since I've worked with her for so long, I'm willing to pay upfront so I can just get my stuff done as soon as possible. So that's about it with how I find VAs. It's a very simple process of how I've been able to find them. So other tips I can give, even though it's if a VA watches this, they'll probably kick my ass for saying this. But if they ever ask you or demand that you pay a monthly fee for their VPN usage and whatever expenditures they need paid for their business, do not pay it. I don't pay a monthly expenditure for any VA. I don't pay for their hosting, for their accounts, their Amazon accounts, their VPN. That's all on their side. So if they have to reinvest the profits into doing business with me, that's on their side. Like I have to reinvest profits to make more books, right? So don't pay that. What else I can say aside from that? What else do we have to cover? Just be courteous. Be a little bit patient with doing review swaps, especially right now. There's a purge going on with reviews from Amazon, so if you order like 30 reviews and only 15 or 16 stay, that's kind of the name of the game, and you can't really get a refund for the work done if indeed they did swap 30 reviews. Now, if you ask for 30 reviews and you only get 5, that is an issue of concern, and you should probably confront your VA for more reviews or just find a new one altogether. So that's all I've got for now. If you need more help on finding VAs, simply replay this video, and I think that's all the resources you're ever going to need to find a good one. Thanks. Bye.